Hello and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. We're still doing monastery stuff. Yay!
Remire Village is an Empire territory, but it's still relatively close to the monastery. Oh, but you know all about that, don't you? The story goes that it was in Remire Village that Alois found you.
Story goes. It's an accurate story.
I heard about Remire Village from some of the knights. It's certainly troubling. If it's a contagion, we at Garrick Mach should be on the lookout as well. Oh? Well, that's better. But I wonder what the real cause could be. Your words are oddly persuasive, Professor. Even if they're not exactly based on anything.
Oh, they're based on something. Just nothing that I could know about in game.
Ah, Professor! The Battle of the Eagle and Lion was such good fun, don't you think?
Ignatz, how long are you going to keep harping on about the Battle of the Eagle and Lion?
Oh, come on, let me gush! Did you see how the house leaders came together after the battle? What an incredible thing to witness. Harmony, even after something so hard fought.
True. If they can keep playing nice, perhaps there will be peace in Fodlan after all.
Yeah, that definitely seems likely.
The librarian is always out and about these days. And just when I had some questions about a book I'd borrowed. Ugh, now I'm so curious about where he's gone off to. He better come back soon.
I am so happy to be part of your class, Professor. I honestly cannot recall the last time I interacted with others on a daily basis like this. It reminds me of when I was a child. That was so very long ago now. Oh, I mean very, 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 very long ago.
Yeah. I mean, she's probably telling the truth, but like, it that would just come across as like, you know, one of those little kids that's like, you know, oh man, that was so long ago. How long ago is it? Like 3 months.
How are you feeling, Professor? You look rather ill, if you don't mind my saying so. Are you sick? If so, I would urge you not to push yourself too hard. Take some rest.
Huh.
Just my natural talent, nothing out of the ordinary. Enough wit now. You should lie down.
Always gotta stroke Lorenz's ego, I guess.
Well, good day, Professor. Well then, I should go.
Remire Village. Is that not where you met Edelgard? If you had not been there, something terrible could have happened. Did one of the house leaders know that mercenaries were staying in Remire Village? I wonder. It will remain a mystery for now. All we can do at this point is speculate.
I mean, we could just ask them.
This is a place of mysteriousness. I have awareness of how much difference every part of the world is. In a place alike to this place, you can imagine the goddess of Fodlan truly existing. At times I miss those places in Bridget. At times, I am missing those places so painfully.
What is it? I'm in the middle of my daily duties. I assume you know by now that the four saints are all-important figures in the teachings of Seros. Still, I have a particular fondness for Saint Sethlin. I have something to ask of you.
Oh, goodness. Is something the matter, Professor? You look a little pale. Please be careful. It's so easy to catch a cold this time of year.
You do not look well. Are you sure you aren't coming down with a cold or some other ailment? Please, visit a doctor before your situation worsens. I suppose the infirmary is also an option. Though when I went there the other day, I was unable to receive medical guidance, as Professor Manuela was drunk and fast asleep on the floor.
Of course.
I could use your help.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
During the Red Wolf Moon, wild monsters make ready for the winter to come, stirring more than at any other time of the year. You were off for Remire Village, isn't that right? Watch your step on that journey. May the goddess protect all of you.
Why, thank you. I found a wonderful painting at a shop in town. What a shame keeping this masterpiece all to myself. Can you think of an art lover in Garreg Mach I could share it with? I don't know. Maybe Sylvain? Hey! There's just a drawing of what looks like a student throwing trash on the ground. Oh, yeah, got it! I've slept almost everywhere in the monastery, but lately I've been wanting to try sleeping outdoors. Do you know somewhere I could sleep under the stars? Well, that would certainly work, but Archbishop might object. Nailed it!
Well done. You have my thanks.
Even if I spend all of my time rummaging through this library, there's a limit to the knowledge that can be gained. Apparently, it only contains books whose contents have been deemed appropriate by the church. If only Tomas were around. I bet he has some interesting stories he could regale us with.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I fear I may become a social recluse soon. My life consists of wearing a groove in the floor between the library and the dining hall. Although I guess a real recluse wouldn't leave their room, eh?
I wonder how Remire Village is faring. Hopefully we're not dealing with some new epidemic. It wouldn't be unheard of. Almost 20 years ago, a terrible plague blazed through Fargus. It even hit the capital city, taking the Queen Consort's life. Or so I heard. The whole kingdom was in an uproar over that loss. The person who saved the kingdom wasn't a doctor, but a holy woman, the fair Lady Cornelia. After that, she was awarded the honor of being a mage in the service of the royal family. She sounds like an amazing woman, but she must be pretty old by now. But hey, maybe she's aged like a fine wine.
Okay, first of all, Cornelia is not fair. That woman is frightening looking. And second of all, that does suggest that she probably is responsible for killing the Queen Consort so she could get in that position. So that's nice, I guess.
Professor, I picked this up, but... Oh hey, it worked out perfectly. Want to trade me what you're holding for it? Thanks, Professor. This is great. The knights go out from Garreg Mach to take on all kinds of other duties. I'd sure like a job like that one day. Then again, I don't know. Serving Lady Rhea here is pretty good.
Professor, Captain Gerald just told me. Remire Village is in a bad way, right?
The situation there is worrying, yes. But tell me, how was your vertigo?
Are you not feeling okay? You should get some rest.
If you must go to the village, make sure you're in good health before we depart.
I still don't understand why any of this is supposed to matter.
Professor, do you ever wish you could return to your life as a mercenary?
I mean, I have no idea what it was like, so...
Is that so? I suppose you have become accustomed to your new line of work. This month's assignment will again take you outside of Garreg Mach, to Remire Village. It was in Remire that you first met Alois and the rest of his order, was it not? Half a year has come and gone since then. How quickly time passes. It was in half a year.
Here's your love letter.
I appreciate this.
I'll bet you do.
Hello, Professor. What's that you've got there? Would you mind trading it with me for this? Oh, thank you so much. I'll be sure to take great care of it.
Impressive. Thanks.
Professor? It's about that thing you have there. If it's not too much of a bother, would you trade it for this? Thank you so much. I'll treasure it forever.
That's a nice thing you have there, Professor. Don't suppose you're planning on using it yourself. Why don't you trade it for this? Sounds good, right? Excellent doing business with you, Professor. I've always wanted to say that.
Alright, time to wrap up the That Thing quest. I think I'm gonna give it to Shamir because she gives me a silver bow and Catherine gives me a silver sword, and I actually have more bow users, so...
You brought it, Professor? Hand it over and I'll make it worth your while.
How? You can't even afford your own drinks. Give it here. You won't regret it.
Also...
Excuse me. I asked first. Why don't we let the professor decide?
Also, I have more support with Catherine right now, so...
Her? What a letdown.
You made the right choice. Here's your reward. I'll let you borrow it later, Catherine, if you quit sulking. Thanks.
Professor? Professor, a pleasure to see you.
This sounds confrontational, but she's probably not. Well, actually, she is kind of religious, isn't she? Let's go with that.
I've never been very good at praying. I was here to confess my foolishness. While I'm at it, may I confess something to you too? I realize what a burden I've been. On you, I mean. After every breakup, I neglect my work, and I know how that affects you. I'm completely worthless as a woman. Can you imagine how that feels? Oh, I'm going to be single for the rest of my life. I just know it. You think so too, don't you? Really? So if I couldn't find anybody else, you'd marry me?
I didn't say that.
Oh, don't worry. I can tell by the look on your face you didn't mean it. What's wrong with me? It's not my looks. I'm still gorgeous. Or am I? Be honest, do I look old? No, not possible. I'm the songstress who swept the Empire off its feet. Men professed their love for me hourly. It can't be my looks.
I mean, I guess she's attractive. Sure, fine, we'll say that. Maybe it'll make her happy.
I knew I was right. I'd be in real trouble if I weren't this beautiful. Oh no. If the problem isn't my looks, and they are not the problem, then it must be... what? My personality?
Not exactly your personality either. Your behavior. I'm not sure if that's an important distinction. The expression.
Girl can tell a lie when she hears one. You think there's a problem, don't you? I suppose I can be a bit unkempt. I do have a short temper, and I may be a little lazy, sometimes. But I've always heard fellas, you know, like a woman with a few flaws. Seems to me there are plenty of flawed girls who have landed themselves a good man. So maybe my trouble is I'm not imperfect enough. Do you think I could use a few more flaws? Are you saying I'm perfect as I am? Come now.
Wait, what? How did you interpret that way? If I say you couldn't use more flaws, that means you're flawed enough. Which is how she reacts when female Byleth says no to that. Ugh, okay. Alright, ready to spend activity points, starting with choir practice. I don't think we need to worry about training Lorenz past D light magic particularly. So, probably... And Lysithea has warp already. I could actually... I mean, I could keep training Marianne, I guess. Certainly will train Flame. Maybe I should do Lorenz. I mean, Marianne's gonna get to S at some point. So... yeah, you could do that. I thought Flame liked singing.
Something appears to be wrong with my throat.
It is so much fun to sing with others.
Well, you can't go wrong with bringing Lorenz to choir practice. Faculty and Night Mixer. Okay. Interesting. I should do a meal with Gilbert to apologize to him for my earlier error in blasphemy or whatever. Alright, so we can do... I guess Manuela.
This is my favorite dish. Did someone tell you?
Yeah.
This is a wonderful dish. You could sell this in any restaurant in the capital.
Okay, so now we just need to find... Or now we just need to work on morale. Blaine gets a bonus too. I mean, I guess that makes sense. I wonder if it actually makes sense to spend the points eating with all of the faculty and then use gifts to boost morale. That might be a better idea to take advantage of the meal thing. It probably is. Alright, let's just do Flame and Sedith again.
Meals always taste best when it is a company of 3 or more at the table.
Do you not enjoy eating when it's just the two of us? You wound me, Flame.
Alois and Catherine, let's go.
Oh, my favorite food. You've got to try this.
Eating food always fires.
Alright, here we go. Shamir and Cyril.
Having a meal together with Shamir. I'm happy and more than a bit nervous.
It's rude to ignore the professor like that.
Huh. Unique dialogue with them. Interesting. Alright, so we're out of faculty to pair with Hanneman, but he can support with Lysithea, so let's go.
Lysithea, do you like this kind of food?
Oh god.
Is it hot enough?
Hey, the professor is right here. Can you please stop paying me so much attention? Thanks.
Jesus, Hanneman. Alright, so I have unlocked a couple of supports. I'm gonna do them now, I think, and then decide what I want to do with my remaining 3 activity points, whether I want to spend them on more meals just to boost motivation, or whether I'd rather do faculty training and then do gifts.
Hey, Alois. Looks like you're done for the day. Care to join me in the dining hall?
Ah, Catherine. How could I refuse?
Nothing like a good drink. I feel better already. The grub's not bad either. This is the perfect way to end a long day of work.
I couldn't agree more. It feels like a weight's been lifted from my shoulders. It's at times like this, when worldly worries fall away, that I can really live in the moment. It's intoxicating.
Worldly worries, live in the moment. Look who's suddenly waxing poetic. Oh, wait, you feel intoxicated before you've had a drop of booze? Talk about a lightweight.
Hello! Just the man I was looking for.
Ah, yes. Were you the fellow selling ancient coins?
Yes, sir. Since our meeting at the antique shop yesterday, I got my hands on something new. Here we are. Look at this magnificent coin. Do you see the engraving? It's the crest of House Karen, one of the kingdom's most prominent noble families. It's an exceptionally rare piece, commissioned by a hero 1,000 years ago.
By a hero? 1,000 years ago? I'll take it. How much do I owe you?
For a collector such as yourself, sir, I'm happy to offer it at a discounted price. Let's see, that'll be...
Hold on. Stop trying to swindle my friend. You're claiming a hero from House Karen had their crest engraved on this coin. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Tell me, as a collector of antiques, are you familiar with this piece? It's a legendary sword.
Ma'am, please, keep your nose out of my... What? Is that Thunderbrand? That's not possible. It couldn't be.
You are familiar with it. Excellent. Perhaps you know how cleanly it slices through liars and cheats.
Ah!
Ah! You're saying that whole story was a lie?
I thought it was obvious.
What made it obvious, though? Like, did she recognize the engraving or something?
Hey Shamir, how do you think I'm doing with my bow lately? Think I'm getting pretty good? I hit closer to the bullseye today, and that felt real good.
You were fine.
Fine? That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Shamir.
You take too many direct shots, though.
But it's easier if you shoot straight.
Of course it is. But if you can hit your enemy with a straight shot, you're too close. Tell me, Cyril, what's an archer's greatest weakness?
When we get too close to the enemy and we can't shoot the way we're supposed to?
Exactly. As an archer, your position is critical. Know exactly how far the enemy is and keep a minimum safe distance. Understood?
You mean to stay away from the enemies, but not too far away or my arrows can't hit them.
So you understand why you can't rely on straight shots. You have to use curved shots as well. Never run up to your target. Hit them from a safe range.
Shoot them from a safe range with curved shots.
Archers should always control the battlefield.
Okay, yeah, I get that. I'm gonna go practice some of those curved shots right now.
You're not a bad student. If nothing else, you have the right attitude.
You think so?
Keep it up.
I will.
Cyril learned curved shot. So I decided I am going to do training, faculty training, rather than meals, because I do end up kind of running out of resources for like specific meals, and it's some of them I don't really know how to replace efficiently. And I already have like a lot of support progress within my house, so you know, like having the students have meals with each other when there's not some kind of bonus doesn't really accomplish that much at this point.
It was in half a year.
Oh, I can get to A swords. Alright, let's go.
The glory of progress.
And here we are once again at teaching time. As usual, I will be back to summarize. Alright, so I ended up not teaching Raphael and Hilda, which I think was actually at least a slight mistake, because Raphael actually does need a brawling to guarantee his promotion. But, oh well. Hilda's already got Wyvern Rider unlocked, so she's fine. And group tax wise, once again, we've got these two at B flying, which is plenty, and then they're not at B riding, so we're gonna keep them going. I actually hadn't noticed before that Flane has D flight. Doesn't really fit. I mean, I guess you could try to make her a Pegasus Knight, but you can't use magic, so it's like, I don't know.
Professor.
No, 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 no.
That wasn't so bad. It's starting to make sense.
No skills. Jeez, come on. Alright, here we are, and this is going to be the end of the episode. Next episode is going to be a battle weekend where we're going to have an auxiliary battle and 2 paralogs. There's also this quest battle that's like we're way over leveled for. I think I will probably just do the paralogs and I'll just throw in the quest battle some other time. It's just not nearly as important or interesting. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be next episode and probably at least an episode after that. So, till then.